Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday Rigathi Gachagua held an extensive interview with Yvonne Okwaro of Citizen TV.
Mr. Gachagua, when we announced that we were having this interview, we received overwhelming feedback from many Kenyans, including those on social media, and many asked why we are talking to a tribalist tonight.
Thank you, Yvonne. First and foremost, welcome to my home. I've lived here for the last 30 years, and I'm happy to have you here. In fact, it's the day I've looked forward to have an interview with you. I'm your great admirer.
And I want to tell you that Yvonne Okwaro is one of the best interviewers right now we have in the country. And in that interview, I took my time to watch from the first second to the last. During this period, I made a number of observations. And on this particular video, that is what I want to share with you. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, please take a second or two to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. My number is always here. For those who want to share with me or even support the channel, feel free to do so. That's M-Pesa number. First of all, I want to begin by asking a question. After watching that interview, if Rigathi Gachagua comes today and he wants to vie for president, and his name is on the ballot, will you vote for him? Please, if it is a yes, let me see on the comment section. As well, if it's a no, please drop it at the comment section. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why I'm asking this question? As far as this interview is concerned, Rigathi Gachagua scored very well, according to me. And on my rating, I give him 9 out of 10. As far as the interviewer is concerned, I give her 8 out of 10, basically because of the tribalism question that she was giving, where she was trying to literally brand Rigathi Gachagua as a tribalist, because the questions that she was asking in relation to the two of the United States of America, I felt like there is no way Rigathi Gachagua could tell people that now you move from Texas, others live from Seattle, and come to this function here. It could be impossible, but it was easy for Rigathi Gachagua, of course, to go to their respective places of residence. But anyway, the interview was so good. And for me, I think it's the best interview Rigathi Gachagua has held so far. Now, without much wasting of time, let me take you to my first observation. Number one, it is that Yvonne Okwaro was set to ask the hardest questions to Rigathi Gachagua. And I'm telling you, if there's somebody who has built Rigathi Gachagua, it is Yvonne Okwaro. She asked the worst questions that could ever been asked to Rigathi Gachagua, or maybe the hardest ones, and that Rigathi Gachagua answered them very well.
The narrative has been driven and perpetuated by William Ruto and his supporters, who are unhappy that I don't support him anymore, since they have nothing else against him.
Honestly speaking, Rigathi Gachagua scored highly on the questions that he was asked. In the first question, it was on the question to do with tribalism. The second one, it was about the shareholding. Secondly, the next observation I made, it is that Rigathi Gachagua is a very smart politician.
State House has become a crime scene. Last 2 weeks ago, 15,000 young people were there. They were each given 2,000 as a bribe so that they can say 2-term. Corruption is being practiced in the highest office in the land in broad daylight. The deputy president is carrying money with sacks, bribing women, bribing young people to say 2-term. And then the president is here pretending that he can fight corruption. Where does he start? When he was talking in that meeting, after the meeting, he gave those MPs each 100,000. After complaining that they're asking for money and he doesn't want corruption, why was he giving them 100,000? Those MPs have salaries.
He did not beat around the bush as far as his questions were concerned. He faced every question head on, and he had very good answers for Kenyans to listen to. And I'm telling you, if there's an interview that Kenyans watched, it is this one. It is this one. The smartness of Rigathi Gachagua, oh God, William Ruto did not know about Rigathi Gachagua. I think most Kenyans misjudged him. They did not see Rigathi Gachagua the way he is appearing today. My observation number 3 is this. Rigathi Gachagua knows his enemy. At no point did he forget that William Ruto is the cause of the Kenyan problems. At no point. Every time he was asked a question, be it on corruption, be it on extrajudicial killings, be it on anything to do with state capture, I am telling you, Rigathi Gachagua, always remember that William Ruto is at the center of every problem that a Kenyan is experiencing.
Vaughn, did you expect William Ruto to give us a hug for wanting to remove him from office? Of course, he can't give us a hug. He knows one term is lethal. What we are saying, and we are very clear in our mind, is that where we are as a country, for abductions and extrajudicial killings to come to an end, William Ruto must leave office. For us to stop corruption and theft of public resources, William Ruto must leave office. We are saying for us to restore our economy and create a good environment for business, William Ruto must go home. We are saying for us to bring an end to state capture, William Ruto should not be in office. For us to restore the health system and do away with this shared nonsense, he must be out of office. We are saying for us to restore our education system, bring back free primary education, make sure there is capitation, William Ruto must leave office. That is where the one-term thing comes from.
Even some of the things that happened while Rigathi Gachagua was in government, I am telling you, Rigathi Gachagua was well prepared to answer them. I was even surprised that you opposed the Finance Bill 2024 right in the cabinet. And apart from that, you also opposed things that to do with SHA, the system that was being brought on of about 104 billion shillings, and he opposed them and actually did not even shout, but he took his time to oppose it silently because he was in government by that time. That was smart of him. So in a nutshell, Rigathi Gachagua remembered the enemy and he was able to brand President William Ruto in the worst ways possible that are best to the opposition. Ladies and gentlemen, another observation that I made from Rigathi Gachagua's interview is this. He recognizes that the youth of this country are very critical as far as the 2027 general election is concerned. And I have told you a number of times that they reach a time, if other presidential candidates are not careful, Rigathi Gachagua will be the best alternative for the Kenyans. And some of you are still calling him a tribalist. Others are saying that we cannot have another Kikuyu on board. But I'm telling you the way things are happening right now. The way Rigathi Gachagua is facing every hurdle that comes by his way. By 2027, most Kenyans are going to cry for Rigathi Gachagua to be at the ballot regardless of whether he's a Kikuyu or not. So when we look at the approach he was making to the youth, Rigathi Gachagua talked of extrajudicial killings. The role he played to ensure that William Ruto has stopped the extrajudicial killings while in government. Even the role he has played after leaving government. And I'm telling you, for the youth that were watching him, most of them were nodding their heads in agreement with Rigathi Gachagua that this is the man. He might not be on the ballot, but even the youth will listen to him. People will wait for his directions. And I'm telling you, Rigathi Gachagua will have a big say in 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, another observation that I was able to make was this. Rigathi Gachagua and his team in opposition, they are prepared to face anybody who was involved in any form of an action that was against the human rights in Kenya.
That guy called Douglas Kaja, he is from my home. And I told him the other day, you are a potential customer of ICC. Remember what happened to General Ali? William Ruto and Kipchumba Murkomen will use you. What is happening? I told him, Kaja, he's from my village. One of these days, you'll be in ICC. I want to tell these county commanders in Nairobi and elsewhere that we have set up a team to document all these violent activities. We have, like now what happened in Nairobi, we have documented it. The county commander, Nairobi, the sub-county commander, Embakasi, when we form government, they'll have to answer. Because why are they allowing police and goons to attack people? The county commander, Muranga, the sub-county commander, Kegumo, the sub-county commander, Gilgil, Subukia, we are documenting all these excesses. When this administration goes, and it will go, I want to assure you, there's a new administration. You will be held to account. So, and what happened in Central Police Station is a living example and testimony. The DIG Langat told people to torture Albert Ojwang. DIG has been absolved from blame. He's going back to work this week. The OCS, Central Police Station, the sergeant on duty, the corporal on duty, are facing murder charges. I want to use this opportunity tonight to talk to our police officers. I want to talk to you as a father, as a leader in this country. Please stop being misused by William Ruto and Murkomen to do unlawful things because you'll answer. I want to ask our policemen to always be guided by 4 documents in the pursuit, in the course of their duty. The Constitution of Kenya 2010, the Penal Code, Chapter 6.3, the Criminal Procedure Code, Cap 7.5, and the Evidence Act, Cap 8.0. With those 4 documents, you can hold your ground.
Be it the police officers who killed Kenyans or maimed them in one way or the other, be it President William Ruto, who was at some point implicated by Gachagua, be it any form of leader in the country who played any role as far as the extrajudicial killings is concerned, Gachagua has indicated signs that all of them, once William Ruto goes home, they are going to face the full force of the law. Apart from that, he also indicated that people are heading to Hague. Immediately they get their evidences done, they are going to head straight to the Hague to report all the people involved against the human rights as we speak today. So therefore, Gachagua is seriously focused on that and actually took his time to speak to the police officers who are the center of some of these cases against human rights are concerned. And I'm telling you, going forward, after watching this interview, most police officers are going to be very, very careful. Gachagua also stressed on the 101 killer squad, according to him, that is in government as we speak today. I don't know, but I feel strongly that Gachagua is focused to ensure that this group has been disbanded. Basically, I can tell that he has some intel, very serious one, that the squad is still existing. Ladies and gentlemen, another thing that I was able to make as an observation from there is that Gachagua is the best orator that we have in the country as we speak and in relation to the Kenyan politics. Honestly, there is no one who answers questions the way Gachagua does. And there is no one who speaks eloquently to the Kenyan hearts the way Gachagua does. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no one who can destroy President William Ruto by word of mouth the way Gachagua does. That is a very key asset for 2027. And it will be very key in the sense that William Ruto is banking on swaying the people's thinking towards his side, in that by making them feel that he has performed. But listen to Gachagua. He is able to make it clear to Kenyans that William Ruto has done this and that and is not fit to be president of the Republic of Kenya. Those are just my observations as far as Gachagua is concerned. But I want to state it here honestly that Gachagua is the man to watch for 2027. I don't know what's your take. Share with me in the comment section. Please don't forget to tell me where you're watching my videos from. See you next time.